right now, what goes into out there it happening? Like, how many reminders do you guys get? Like, what are the things that you can do to make sure that it is becoming a part of the identity in these early days of camp?
Man, there shouldn't really be any reminders. It's only the second day.
But just even throughout practice, I'm sure some things get lax, like in the middle of an hour-and-a-half practice.
No, it hadn't been the case. It hadn't been the case. Guys been pretty locked in, pretty focused from the very beginning. We had a great day yesterday, a great day today. So, there hadn't been any slippage or any of that. So far, we know what we got to do, and it's up to us to do it every day.
How much easier is it to work on like those little details and habits and things? When last camp, you guys probably had a lot of questions as a team and as individuals that you wanted to get the answers to. When you have a lot of those answers, it's a lot easier then to nail down those tight things.
Yeah, there's definitely more, especially from my end, more comfortable, sense of chemistry, knowing each other. So, a lot of the things that we were trying to work out, kinks and all that stuff, got handled last year. So, we're really able to hit the ground running and, really focus, like you said, on the margins, on the details.
Julius, we talked a lot last year about you fitting in offensively with this team, but how long did it take you to really adjust to how this team wanted to play defensively within the context of Rudy and everybody? And what do you kind of see as your main responsibilities coming into this year on that end before?
On defense?
Yeah.
I'll say really just, obviously being able to switch 1 through 5, rebounding the basketball, and just being early in rotations, like my off ball. On ball, I'm good. Off ball, just being early, being there early in the gaps, being there early as low man, talking, communicating, using my voice, stuff like that. Yeah.
How about with Nas in particular, because you guys, that's that second unit without Rudy. How is that process working in terms of roles and everything?
It's been good. It's been good. We're doing some things this year that I feel like will make that even more cleaner. But like I said, just being in spots early. Like, I'm not 7'5", with a 7'5" wingspan like Rudy, but I got good quick feet. I'm strong. I got good hands, stuff like that. So I can get the spots earlier. I can deter things. I credit Draymond being able to establish that small ball 5. And Draymond, he's long, but he's not 7'3". You know what I mean? But he's in position there. He's there early. He's the deterring drives, guys from getting to places. So, kind of taking a page out of that book and, using my voice, using my feet, my quickness to kind of try to be all over the floor and be there early and often.
You will be more switch partners?
You said, say it again?
More switch partners than you had last year in terms of
I pretty much switch with everybody except like Rudy, or if it's like Mike or somebody like that. But pretty much everybody else I would switch with. Yeah.
What do you like about just, it seems like you guys have a lot of potential versatility defensively in that second group, like whether you're playing kind of that quarterback role in the back end or, you and Nas can move so well that Jaden's a really good rim protector, that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, those different looks, is that a strength you see for that group that when Rudy's not out there?
Yeah, being able to play multiple different styles, multiple ways, having a team with depth and being able to use many different lineups and being able to play off of many different guys' strengths is definitely always going to be an advantage. You see the teams that, made it far last year, and the team that won, they had multiple guys that could step up at any moment, whether it's, you only got the main guys, but Isaiah Joe might come in and make some shots and bring something, or Wiggins, or, then you had on the other end, you got Benedict Mathurin and Nembhard and Shepard, things like all those guys. So it's like being versatile and having that ability to use your depth is definitely good.
How much was that run? Was that a motivator for you, the playoff run? Like a motivator for you as you went into the offseason?
Yeah, it was my motivation all the offseason. I think it held me accountable as far as I attacked training and my mindset this offseason. Probably, as far as I can remember, the best offseason I've had. So it was really good. Had a lot of fun. Just waking up every day, training, knowing you're playing for something as big as we're playing for a championship.
You finished the season really strong offensively, and then hit another level in the playoffs. What do you feel like you added in that time, or what made it even better offensively in those playoffs?
I think what Finch, always talks about, for myself and for Ant, it's like just flirting with triple doubles. You know, we know we can score the ball, but being able to play make and get other guys open looks and stuff like that, and we had those high assist games. Those are really helpful for just the flow of our team and just the rhythm. Everybody feels involved, and you know, defensively it goes up a notch. Even though that shouldn't even be the case, you know, our offense shouldn't affect our defense. But I think just being selfless, you know, and just fully integrating myself into the team and what the team need. You know, every game is different, but you know, being able to show my versatility of just being able to do many different things.
I was going to ask, too, you talk about defense a little bit. Think about you start the game next to Rudy, you're in a drop there, Nas comes into the game, and now you're switching five. What, for you, what's that like to kind of, you know, have to stay on your toes of what that coverage is as you're kind of going to be at both a lot?
It's really not the coverage that's different. It's more just like, you know, Rudy covers so much as far as like protecting the rim, so understanding like it's different how we're going to protect the rim and it's different how we're going to rebound, stuff like that. So it's not really necessarily the coverage. It's more about, like you said, like we can play defense and almost send guys to Rudy knowing he's back there to protect the rim. Like if he's not back there, Nas can block shots, but you know, we don't want to rely on Nas to, you know, protect the rim, you know, the whole time and stuff like that. So it's really about, you know, that fly around mentality, helping each other out, being there early and often.
If this team gets that stylistic depth you're talking about, is that something that means more than 8 people in a rotation, right? So, I mean, are the starters going to be willing to back off minute-wise?
How many people are going to play?
Yeah, I wish
you know the rotation?
I wish I was the coach. I wish I knew the rotation.
But I mean, Isaiah Joe is not in the 8 usually, or Wiggins. I mean, these guys are.
But you know who Isaiah Joe is when you play.
Yeah.
Okay, see, he's a great player. He's a really good player. So, I mean, is Finch coming in here after? Yeah, you didn't ask him that when he
He didn't think he'd know. So you'd be better.
trying to get me in trouble. Yeah. What's going on, man?
You know, when Mike got here, he told us kind of how when guys first start to play with Rudy on the offensive end, sometimes it takes some time to really learn kind of the nuances, whether it be where he likes the ball, things like how to really activate him on or use him on screens. Coming into year 2 of playing with Rudy, how are you working with him on developing that chemistry, and what are maybe the things that you've learned looking at the offseason, how you guys can make that connection better?
Yeah, just you know, really just like you said, learning where he likes the ball. You know, you also have to be like patient. You know, what I mean, because Rudy, like he'll set a great screen, and like coming out of pick and roll, like today we're working on, like you don't have to go fast. You know, Rudy's going to get there. He's going to set a great screen and get your guy off of you, and then now you're playing 1-on-2. So just learning just the cadence of just how to play with him when I had a ball in the post, what to look for, you know, where he's going to be at on my drive, stuff like that. So it's really just a cadence and speed thing, you know, versus like playing with like Nas, who's going to spread the floor.
You talked about your own comfort. Dante seems like a pretty big rhythm player. How much do you think just the added year of familiarity is going to help him this year?
I think it's going to be great. I mean, Dante had a great summer. I noticed from the very beginning, like, he looked a lot stronger. You know, he was shooting the ball, wasn't even hitting any type of rim. Like, so he looked like the Dante that I know, and I know he's going to have a great season. And, like, him being comfortable, like, is a part of, like, our, you know, continuity, like, our internal growth. Like, him being comfortable and, you know, feeling in rhythm and knowing where his shots are going to be at from game to game is going to take us to a whole nother step and level. So I'm excited to see that this year from him.
How important is like the stability this year? I mean, last year at this point you were just basically landing in Minnesota. You talked kind of extensively about like having to shut that switch off of like scoring a lot of points doesn't mean I'm having a good game, like having a good game does. It seems like you just have all of that in place now. How big of a difference is that for like your mentality and what you think this season could be for you?
It's just night and day, and I think, like I said, it's going to allow us to hit the ground running. It's not going to be like us trying to figure all this stuff out in the beginning or figure things out or what works as we go. Like, we got a pretty good idea, and you know, coach has been great with that. So like I can know he's going to continue to be great with that and help us with those type of things. But it's night and day, man. It's like just everything from basketball to my life to just health. Like last year I was coming off of an injury during this time as well. Like so I feel comfortable, man. I'm happy. Yeah. Yeah.